So this is again Ma'am Kath, and in this video we are going to discuss lesson 4, which is about sequences and series. But before we proceed with these two terms, let us first discuss patterns in nature and art. So ano ba pag sinabing patterns? So it is a repeated sequence or design. Ibig sabihin po, ito ay isang design or arrangement na paulit-ulit po nating makikita. So makikita po natin ang patterns sa ating paligid, whether sa nature, sa buildings, sa mga damit po natin, sa artworks, or kahit po sa mga bagay na ginagamit natin araw-araw. So we have so many common patterns on our surroundings, and some of those are the following: symmetry, fractal, tessellations, stripes, and spirals. So we are going to focus in these 5 patterns. We have symmetry. So this happens when different sides of something are alike. So symmetry means kapag ang magkabilang sides ng isang object ay magkapareho o halos pareho po. So parang may imaginary line sa gitna. So for example, nagtupi tayo ng isang papel, magkatugma po or magkapareho yung dalawang sides. So here are some of the examples ng symmetry in nature and in art. So, syempre madalas tayong nakakakita sa nature natin ng butterflies and spider webs. So, kapag naglagay tayo ng imaginary line dito, yung left and right side ay magkapareho. Same with spider web. So, kahit saan ka maglagay dito na line, let's say dito, dito, pahiga, patayo, ay pareho po yung kanyang dalawang sides. Dito naman po sa ating art, so kahit saan ka maglagay diyan ng line, pareho po yung magiging two sides, and same with this building. So kapag naglagay ka dito ng guhit sa gitna, pareho po yung left and right side. Next, we have fractal. This is a never-ending pattern that repeats indefinitely in smaller scale. So a fractal is a pattern that keeps repeating itself kahit paliitin mo pa po ito. So yung maliit na part ay kamukha pa rin po nung buong pattern. So para mas malinaw yung fractal, let's have these examples. So we have here fern leaves. So kapag tiningnan ninyo yung maliit na leaflets, parang miniature version po siya nung buong dahon. Next, we have succulent plant grows in a spiral pattern that keeps repeating. So halaman pa rin po iyan na hanggang doon sa may pinakang gitna ay halos pinaliit lang po na ganitong mga dahon. Next, we have this digital artwork, which also uses fractal designs because the same pattern repeats over and over. So, yun po. And of course, we have this one. Kumbaga, ito pa rin yung makikita ninyong pattern kapag ito ay zoom in ninyo dito sa part po na ito. Dahil pinaliit lang po yung pattern na malalaki dito sa taas. Next, we have tessellations. So, a repeating pattern of shapes and completely covers a surface without gaps or overlaps. So, tessellations naman po, ibig sabihin, ang mga shapes po yung magkakadikit at sakto po yung pagkakaayos, yung walang overlap. So, one of the best examples sa nature nito is yung honeycomb. So, this is a perfect example po. Yung mga hexagon shapes po ay magkakadikit at walang bakanteng space. The pattern on a pineapple also forms repeating shapes that fit together. So, yung pinya po, yung balat po ng pinya, So, repeating pattern din po siya or shapes. Next, we have this example. Sa art naman po ito. Some buildings are use tessellation designs on their walls or windows for decoration. And lastly, this leaf artwork also shows repeating leaf shapes arranged without gaps. Next, we have stripes. So, alam naman na po natin itong pattern na ito, line or band that differs in color or tone from an adjacent area. So for our nature, ito po yung mga example. We have the zebra and the tropical fish. And artwork and buildings, ginagamitan na rin po ng stripes. Last, we have the spiral pattern. So, pattern that curves around a central point. So, sa madaling salita po, ito yung paikot-ikot na pattern na umiikot po mula sa gitna habang palaki or paliit. So, one of the most famous spiral patterns is the Fibonacci spiral. So, it is a famous mathematical concept often represented by a spiral and commonly applied in mathematics. So, ito pong Fibonacci spiral is formed using a special number pattern called the Fibonacci sequence. So later on po ay madidiscuss natin yung sinasabi ko na Fibonacci sequence. So, itsura po ng ating Fibonacci spiral is this one. Yung sinasabi ko pong Fibonacci sequence, so let's say we have the first two terms, 1, 1. So, ang gagawin po natin, we are going to add the two preceding terms to get the next term. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. And in this side, we have 1 plus 2. So, that is 3. So, this side naman po, 3 plus 2, we have 5. And then 5 plus 3, we have 8. And hanggang sa lumaki ng lumaki yung spiral natin. So, kung mag-a-add tayo ng two preceding terms or magkasunod na terms, ang kasunod ng 8 ay 13. That is correct. So, we have 8 plus 5 is 13. So, mas lalaki pa po yan ng mas lalaki. So, here are some other examples of spirals in nature and art. Just like we see patterns in nature and art, we can also find patterns in numbers. So these number patterns are called sequences. So let's try. So warm up po tayo. Identify the pattern and continue the sequence. So I am going to give you number patterns and identify natin kung ano yung naging pattern and then i-continue po natin yung sequence. So let's have number 1. We have 4, 8, 12, blank and blank. So if you're going to look at these first three terms, 4, 8, and 12, malalaman po natin na ang pattern niya is we are going to add 4 para po makuha yung next term. 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16, and 16 plus 4 is 20. Next, number 2. 1, 2, 4, 8, blank and blank. So, for this sequence, ang ating pong pattern is multiply each term by 2. So, let's try. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 ay 16. 16 times 2 ay 32. Next, number 3. So, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, blank and blank. So, for this pattern, we are going to get the sum of two preceding terms. So, yan nga po yung binabanggit ko kanina na Fibonacci sequence. So, nag-start tayo sa two terms na 1, 1. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 5 plus 8 is 13. And last example, we have 1, 4, 9, 16, blank and blank. So if you are going to analyze this sequence, ang pattern po niya is squares of numbers. So when we are going to get squares, we are multiplying by itself. So 1 times 1 is 1. Kasunod po ng 1 ay 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. And 6 times 6 is 36. So, ganyan po yung tinatawag natin na number patterns. You are just going to analyze each sequence para po ma-identify natin kung ano ba yung sinusunod niya na pattern. Let us now proceed with our discussion. So first we have the key terms and definitions. The first one we have sequence. So this is a list of arranged numbers in a specific order and following a rule. So dito po, pag sinabi nating sequence, ibig sabihin meron po siyang pina-follow na rule or pattern. For example, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So, ang rule po natin dito is we are adding 4 to each term para makuha yung next term. Dito naman po, 3, 6, 12, 24, we are multiplying each term by 2 para po makuha natin yung next term. So, pag sinabi naman pong term, that is each number in a sequence. So, yung bawat number po sa given sequence natin. For example, sa sequence na 3, 6, 12, and 24, yung 3, that is a term, 12, 6, 4, 24, those are all terms. Position or index, the place of a term in the sequence, usually counted as first term, second term, and so on. So, may specific order po, di ba, ang ating sequence. So, using this position or index, malalaman natin kung pang ilan yung ating term. For example, same example tayo, 3, 6, 12, and 24. 3 is the first term, so this is the notation for position, A sub 1. 6 is the second term, A sub 2. 12 is the third term, A sub 3. And 24 is the fourth term, A sub 4. Next, we have rule, also known as pattern rule. So this is a description of how the terms is formed or how they change from one to the next. So for example, 2, 4, 6, and 8, again, yung magiging pattern natin dito, we are adding 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. Another example, 3, 6, 12, 24. So, ang ating rule dito is multiply by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. And para makuha natin yung kasunod nito, 24 times 2 is 48. And last example, 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. So, ang magiging rule natin dito is yung ating pong squares. So, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared, 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25. Next, key terms and definition, we have Fibonacci sequence. So, this is a sequence where each term after the first two is the sum of the two preceding terms. So, originally, ito po talaga yung example ng ating Fibonacci sequence. This one. So, nag-start tayo sa 1, 1. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13 hanggang sa dumami pa po yung terms natin. Again, this is the original Fibonacci sequence. Pero, pwede pa rin naman po natin gamitin ang Fibonacci sequence sa ibang number. So, let's say nag-start tayo ay sa 2, 2. So, 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 10 is 16. Or this one. Nag-start naman tayo dito ay 5 and 5. So, 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 10 is 15. 10 plus 15 is 25. 15 plus 25 is 40. So, we have this classification of sequences, finite and infinite. So, from the term itself, alam na po natin yung difference noong dalawa. So let's have finite sequence. So it has a specific number of items or terms. So it has a beginning and an end. So infinite sequence, you can count all the terms. It stops after a certain point. For example, in the sequence 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so ang ating terms lang dito ay lilima. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And ang last term natin, nagtatapos yung ating sequence ay sa 10. On the other hand, when we say infinite sequence, it has no end and it goes on forever. So it keeps following the same rule endlessly. So you can describe the rule, but you can't list all of the terms. Kaya nga po goes on forever. So hindi po natin maiilista lahat ng kanyang terms. For example, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. And then kung mapapansin po ninyo, meron tayo ditong symbol na malalaman agad natin na siya ay infinite. So, dito po sa ating example, this keeps doubling or nagmumultiply tayo na nagmumultiply ng 2 and it never stops. So, ma'am, ano po ba yung tawag dito sa symbol na ito? So, in mathematical notation, an infinite sequence often includes the what we call ellipsis to show that it continues. So, yung tatlong tuldok po na magkakasunod. It indicates na dire-diretso po yung ating sequence and walang katapusan. Okay, let's have an example. Find the next term in each sequence. So, syempre, bago natin malaman yung next term, we have to first identify yung pattern or rule. So, number 1, 81, 27, 9, 3, and blank. So, if you analyze this sequence, ang atin pong pattern dito ay nagdi-divide tayo ng 3. So, 81 divide 3 ay 27, 27 divide 3 is 9, 9 divide 3 is 3, 3 divide 3, the answer is 1. Next for number 2, 7, 14, 28, 56, and blank. So, in this sequence, ang atin pong pattern ay multiply by 2. 7 times 2 is 14, 14 times 2 is 28, 28 times 2 is 56, 56 times 2 is 112. Next, we have number 3, 4, 4, 8, 12, and 20, then blank. So, kung mapapansin po, this sequence follows a pattern from Fibonacci sequence. So, nag-start po tayo sa 4, 4. So, 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. 8 plus 12 is 20. 12 plus 20, that will give us the next term, which is 32. Next, number 4. 8, 27, 64, and blank. So, ano kaya ang pattern dito? So, ang pattern po dito is getting the cube. So, 8, that is 2 cube or 2 times 2 times 2. Next, we have 27. So, this is 3 cube or 3 times 3 times 3. 64 naman po, that is 4 cube or 4 times 4 times 4. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yung ating 5 cube or 5 times 5 times 5. The answer is 125. Number 5, 1, 3, 6, 10, and blank. Tingnan natin kung ano ba yung pina-plus sa bawat term para makuha yung next term. So, dito, para makuha yung next term, nag-add tayo ng 2. Dito naman po, nag-add tayo ng 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. And then, next, nag-add tayo ng 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. So, next, mag-a-add naman tayo ng 5. So, 10 plus 5 is 15. Number 6. 3, 5, 9, 17. So, tingnan ulit natin kung anong number yung ina-add sa bawat term. So, dito nag-add tayo ng 2 para makuha yung 5. Nag-add naman tayo ng 4 para makuha yung 9. Nag-add tayo ng 8 para makuha yung 17. So, doon sa mga in-add natin na numbers, 2, 4, at saka 8, kung mapapansin po, iyan ay nagta-times tayo ng 2. So, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So, 8 times 8 ay 16. So, meaning to say, itong 16 ang i-add natin kay 17. So, 17 plus 16, the answer is 33. Okay, for number 7, try naman natin yung word problem. A group of students is arranging chairs in a theater where each row has 3 more chairs than the previous one. The first row has 10 chairs. How many chairs are there in fifth row? So, meron tayong given dito, sa first row daw po, number of chairs natin ay 10. So, that will be our first term. And then, ang ating pattern, lagi po tayong mag-a-add ng 3. So, 10 plus 3, ang ating second term will be 13. So, ibig sabihin, sa second row, may 13 chairs. And then, magdadagdag ulit tayo ng tatlo. 13 plus 3, third term natin will be 16. Fourth term natin will be 16 plus 3, that is 19. And sa fifth term natin, so 19 plus 3, that is 22. So, ibig sabihin, this is our fifth row. Therefore, there are 22 chairs in the fifth row. Another example, a student wants to build a personal savings fund. He commits to saving 50 pesos in the first week and increase the amount he saved by 15 pesos each week. So we have here two questions. How much will the student save in week 4 or week number 4? And how much will the student have saved in total after 4 weeks? So let A sub n be the amount saved in week n. So ang atin pong A sub 1 is 50 pesos. So magdadagdag tayo ng 15 para sa second week. So 50 plus 15, that is 65. And then yung 65, dadagdagan ulit ng 15. So that will be 80. And 80, dadagdagan ulit ng 15. So that is 95. Meaning to say, doon sa fourth week, ang kanya pong na-save is 95 pesos. For our second question, how much will the students have saved in total? Total po noong 4 weeks. So, ibig sabihin, we are going to add these 4 terms. 50 plus 65 plus 80 plus 95. And that is 290. So, therefore, the student will save 290 pesos in 4 weeks. Okay, so that is for the sequence. Let us now proceed with series. So here are other terms and definitions. We have series. So that is the sum of the terms of a sequence. So kung sum po iyan, ibig sabihin ang operation na gagamitan natin is addition. For example, for the sequence 1, 3, 5, ang series po natin will be 1 plus 3 plus 5, which is 9. Ano po? Sum of the terms ng ating sequence. Another example, for the sequence 2, 6, 10, ang series po natin will be 2 plus 6 plus 10. So that will give us the answer of 18. So, sa atin pong sequence, ang gagamitan natin in between terms ay co-width. Pero, kapag series na po yung pinag-uusapan natin, ang gagamitin natin in between terms ay addition sign or plus. So, kung ang sequence po ay merong finite and infinite sequence, meron din po ang series. So, finite series, so this is a series with definite number of terms. So, nabibilang po, So, if we have the series 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, so we have 4 terms. Nabibilang po 1, 2, 3, and 4. Another example, 5 plus 10 plus 15. So dito po sa series na ito, we have 3 terms. On the other hand, when we say infinite series, so this is a series that continues without end. So wala pong katapusan. For example, 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus. So ito po ang symbol natin again is the ellipsis. Ibig sabihin po ng ellipsis, tuloy-tuloy po yung series natin. Another example, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus. Okay, continuous po ulit yung ating series because of the symbol ellipsis. We have another term which is the partial sum. So, iyan po ay dinedenote natin as S sub n. Ito pong S ay capital. Ano po? Capital letter S. So, partial sum is the sum of the first n terms of a sequence. So, if the nth term of the sequence is a sub n, then ang formula po natin na gagamitin will be S sub n or the partial sum equals a sub 1 first term plus second term plus third term plus until a sub n. So, for example, yung sequence po natin, again, sequence, ang gagamitin po ay kuwit, ano? So, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, for example, ang pinapasolve sa atin ay S sub 3 or partial sum noong first 3 terms. So, ang first 3 terms natin ay 1, 3, and 5. Meaning to say, iyon lang po yung ating ipagpa-plus. So, 1 plus 3 plus 5, that is 9. Another example, pinapasolve naman po ay partial sum ng first 4 terms. So, ang first 4 terms natin ay 1, 3, 5, 7. So, iyan po ay magiging 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 16. Another example. So, in the sequence 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So, let's say ang pinapasolve po ay partial sum of the first 4 terms. First 4 terms natin, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. So, that is 7. And another example, partial sum for the first 5 terms. So, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5, that is 12. So, yun po yung partial sum. Okay, let's have an example. Compute the series of a sequence 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80. So, again, when we say series, yan po ay sum. So, we have 5 terms, kaya po S sub 5 or the partial sum of the 5 terms. So, 5 plus 10 plus 20 plus 40 plus 80. So, ang atin pong partial sum or ang ating series is 155. Another example, in the sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23, and 27, let us first find the sum of the first 4 terms. So, ang first 4 terms natin ay 3, 7, 11, and 15. So, iyon po yung ating ipag-a-add. So, that will be the partial sum of the first 4 terms. That is 36. Another, find the sum of the first 6 terms. First 6 terms naman. So, hanggang dito po sa 23 yung ating i-add. So, ang partial sum for the first 6 terms is 78. How about in a word problem? So, let's have this example. Curve B decides to save money every week to buy a bicycle. He starts saving 100 pesos in the first week and increases his savings by 50 pesos each week. So, parang kagaya po noong example natin kanina sa sequence. So, letter A, how much will Kirby save in the 5th week? So, syempre, first week natin ay 100. And then, kada week, mag-a-add tayo ng 50. So, 100 plus 50, ang second week natin is 150. So, that will be our second term. For our third term, so 150 plus 50, that is 200. Fourth term, 200 plus 50, that is 250. And for our fifth term, or yung sinesave niya for fifth week, so 250 plus 50, that is 300. Meaning to say, in the fifth week, Kirby will save 300 pesos. Now, for the second question, how much is the total amount saved after 5 weeks? So, we are going to get the series of this sequence. So, 100 plus 150 plus 200 plus 250 plus 300, that will be 1,000 pesos. Meaning to say, Kirby will save 1,000 pesos in 5 weeks. Okay, let's now have the what we call sigma notation. So let's define. Sigma notation is a shorthand symbol used to express a series. So in general, gumagamit po tayo ng sigma symbol, which is yung para pong letter E, this one. So parang letter E po ang itsura niya. It means summation. So, yan yung ginagamit to represent the sum of a sequence of numbers or yung series nga po. So, ano ba yung parts ng ating sigma notation or also known as summation notation? By the way, meron po tayo ditong 4 parts. Ano? The first one, we have the index of summation. So, yun po yung nasa lower part, yung ating small n po diya. And then, yung number naman po sa ating lower part, that is the first value of n. So, minsan po, tawag natin diyan is lower limit. On the upper part, yung 6 po natin diyan, that is the last value of n. So, minsan po, ang tawag naman po natin dito ay upper limit. Next, we have for n. Yan naman po yung pinakang formula for the terms. So, yan yung ating expression. Ano po, nagagamitin para para malaman natin kung ano yung kasunod na term. So, pag binasa po natin itong ating buong symbol na ito, we are going to read this as the sum of 4n from n equals 1 to n equals 6. So, ganun po natin siya babasahin. Ano po? So, to write a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 plus hanggang a sub n in sigma notation. So, first, ano po ba yung expression natin dito? So, ang expression natin dyan is yung a sub n. Ano po? And then, saan po ba tayo i-start na number? Or saan tayo magsisimula? So, kung mapapansin po ninyo, yung first term natin dito is a sub 1. So, ibig sabihin, yung lower limit natin is n equals 1. So, ito po yung ating first value. And yung ating last value is a sub n. A sub n. So, ibig sabihin, yung n po yung ating upper limit. So, again, yung sa may baba po, yung first value or yung lower limit, yung sa taas naman po is the last value or the upper limit. So, let's have an example para po mas malinaw. So, dito po sa ating first two examples, we are going to expand the sigma notation and then calculate the sum. So, kagaya po nung sinabi ko kanina, pag sinabing sigma notation, that is also the summation notation. Okay. So, number 1, so we can read this as the sum of 6n from n equals 1 to n equals 5. Or pwede rin naman pong the summation of 6n from n equals 1 to 5. So, ang expression natin dito is yung 6n, and then binigyan po tayo ng values ng n, which is 1 to 5. Ibig sabihin, isa-substitute lang natin po yung values ng n or nung ating index. So, saan tayo mag-i-start? Again, this is the first value of n, and then this is the last value of n. So, this will be 6 times 1 plus 6 times 2 plus 6 times 3 plus 6 times 4 plus 6 times 5. So, 1 hanggang 5. And then, syempre, pare-parehas po ng gagamitin natin na expression. So, 6n, pinalitan natin ng 1. 6n pa rin, pinalitan naman natin ng 2. 6n, pinalitan natin ng 3. 6n, pinalitan natin ng 4, hanggang 6n, pinalitan natin ng 5. So, multiply natin isa-isa and then tsaka natin i-add. So, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. And 6 times 5 is 30. So, we are going to get the summation. 6 plus 12 plus 18 plus 24 plus 30. That will give us the answer 90. Dito po sa ginawa nating expand, from sigma notation, this one, ito yung given natin. Nakuha natin yung series, which is the sum of the sequence. Okay, next example, number 2. We have the summation of 2n minus 1 from n equals 1 to n equals 4. Okay. So, kung meron tayong 1 to 4, ibig sabihin, i-input mo lang po yung 1 dito sa n. Papalitan lang po ulit natin yung n dito naman ng 1 to 4. So, that is 2 times 1 minus 1. Again, ito po yung gagamitin natin. Plus 2 times 2 minus 1. Plus 2 times 3 minus 1. Plus 2 times 4 minus 1. So, dito po, hanggang 4 lang yung ating isa-substitute. Ano po? Dahil ang ating upper limit is 4 or last value of n. So, 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1, that is 1. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1, that is 3. 2 times 3 is 6 minus 1, so that is 5. And 2 times 4 is 8 minus 1, that is 7. So, this will be our series, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So, that will give us the answer of 16. So, I hope naging malinaw po yung from sigma notation and then tsaka natin kukunin yung series. Dahil for the next examples, babaligtarin naman po natin. I-reverse natin. So, from series, gagawin naman nating sigma notation. Okay, so yung mga susunod nating examples naman, from series, gagawin naman po nating sigma notation. For example, we have the series 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 25. So, ang first step po natin is to identify the pattern. So, ano po ba yung pattern natin dito? Kung mapapansin po ninyo, lahat ng terms na ito ay divisible by 5. So, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Ano po? So, ibig sabihin, pwede po natin itong i-rewrite as 5 times 1. So, that is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. So, kung mapapansin po ninyo, meron po ditong pinakang coefficient. Ano? Sa lahat po ng ating expression, may pare-pareho po diyan, and that is yung 5. And then, lahat ng nasa parenthesis natin ay 1 to 5. So, that will be the values of n. So, ang pinaka magiging expression po natin dito will be 5n. Ano po? And then, ang ating values of n will be 1 to 5. So, pag meron na tayong expression, and meron na rin po tayong values of n, lower limit to upper limit, pwede na natin siyang i-rewrite into sigma notation. So, ang ating expression is 5n. Ang values ng n natin ay from 1 to 5. So, this will be read as the summation of 5n from n equals 1 to 5. Another example, we have 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12. So, kung mapapansin naman po natin dito, ang series po na ito ay, yung mga terms niya ay divisible naman by 3. So, we can rewrite this by this one. So, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So, ang common coefficient niya, we have 3. And then, yung values ng n natin will be 1, 2, 4. So, our sigma notation will be summation of 3n from n equals 1 to 4. So, ang atin pong expression ay 3n. Lahat ng mga ito ay 3 times n. Ano po? So, that will be 3n. And then, yung atin pong values ng n, lower limit natin ay 1. And then, upper limit natin ay 4. Madali lang po kapag ganito yung mga given natin. Ano po? So, try natin yung medyo mahirap na example. So, for number 5, we have the series 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10. Okay, so paano ba natin ito i-rewrite into sigma notation? Tignan po natin yung ating series. May pattern pa din po iyan. So, meron silang common difference. Yung 1 naging 4, yung 4 naging 7, yung 7 naging 10. So, ibig sabihin, nag-a-add po tayo dito ng 3. So, meron na naman po tayong parang multiple dito. That is multiple of 3. Yun nga lang po, bakit hindi 3 yung ating first number? Ibig sabihin po na yun, meron tayong minaminus po sa bawat term. Saan po yung minaminus natin? Kung 3 yung kanilang common difference, ibig sabihin, nagmaminus po tayo ng 2. Bakit? Dahil 3 minus 2 is 1. I-try po natin iyon. So, ang una po natin gagawin, magmumultiply tayo ng 3 and then magmaminus tayo ng 2. So, let's say ang ating first value of n is 1. So, multiply by 3. So, that is 3 minus 2. That will give us 1. Next, second value of n is 2. Ganun pa rin yung gagamitin natin. So, we have 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 2, that will give us 4. Same expression pa rin. 3 times 3 is 9 minus 2, that will give us 7. And last, same expression pa rin po. 3 times 4 is 12 minus 2, that will give us 10. So, ibig sabihin, ang atin pong magiging expression dito, or yung pagkakapare-pareho po ng bawat term dito is 3n minus 2. So, yun po yung ating pinakang expression. And then, yung ating lower limit is 1, and then upper limit natin is 4. Dahil yung 1, 2, 3 hanggang 4, iyon po yung ating sinubstitute doon sa ating n. Okay, so that is the end of our lesson 4 about sequences and series. I hope naging malinaw po yung ating naging discussion for this video. And for your learning outcome activity, LOA 4, so isusulat po ulit ito ay sa yellow pad. And same with lesson 3, this will be submitted on July 13 and 14. So, lahat po nung mamimit ko sa Monday ay July 13 ang pasa, and lahat ng mamimit ko ng Tuesday, iyan po ay sa 14 ang pasa.